Hello and welcome to another update video about Cardano. This update here, I just want to have a look at latest prices and also at what the Bitcoin and the Cardano charts are doing, because there have been some updates and we are tracking, as you know, this ascending wedge on the Bitcoin chart, which will also eventually have an impact on Cardano. And there's also some interesting stuff happening on the Cardano price chart, chart, and we're going to have a look at that. First, what's going on? Everything looks good. All the portfolios hopefully in the green at the moment. Positive numbers here. Bitcoin's going up, creeping up to 48,000 slowly. Ethereum keeping above 3,300, which is good as well. And Cardano also again slowly creeping up. And I will show you why that could continue until we see that a tipping point potentially, where eventually there will need to be a decision. What are we going to do? In summary, already, I think it looks like the market is a bit uncertain at the moment. There's a little bit of uncertainty, which is why we have that ascending wedge as well on the Bitcoin chart, and we can see that here. I'm going back to the daily chart before I show you the 4-hour chart. On the daily one, you can see it here. This is the ascending wedge. We are clearly forming. Textbooks tell us it's a bearish pattern. Why is it a bearish pattern normally? Well, it is because you can see still higher highs here, but the momentum is slowing down. And the lows, we make higher lows as well, but the lower line is steeper than the top line here. So this forms that sort of triangle, and there will be an apex and there will be a decision point. So it really is like there's a lot of pressure building at the moment. I think I always imagine it like a spring. So you have all that pressure building up, building up, building up, and at some point there will be a breakout and that pressure is released. In what direction that breakout will be, honestly, nobody knows. Textbooks tell us it's a bearish pattern, and I said in the previous video, if textbooks tell us that is probably what you have to assume, kind of, but nobody really knows what's happening, because at these points, if that pressure is building up, and sometimes then you have a bit of news coming up, which will be maybe positive news, maybe negative news, and these could be the catalyst, so nobody really knows. The good thing is, though, should we break out to the downside, we'll have that 20-day moving average acting as support, and that is very helpful. That's currently at around $43,000, maybe a bit higher. And if we break out to the downside, I don't expect a negative downtrend anyway. I think that would be a short-term, maybe sideways movement before we then, when we then gain a little bit of energy before we can move further up. I mean, imagine or remember that we've really moved up quite fast in a short period of time. And that all looks very bullish, but it is just, these highs are slowing down, and you can see that on the RSI down here. That is slowing down. We are pretty much making lower highs now on the RSI. It's pretty much sideways movement, but a little bit downtrend as well. So that is the momentum indicator, and you can see it's a little bit of a downtrend at the moment. And that just indicates it's losing steam a little bit. And I think when looking at these patterns, it's always important to understand the history and why the market is doing that, not just, just looking at these patterns and thinking, okay, the textbook is telling us it's bearish. Overall, the trend is positive, and that is on a larger time frame, I think. On a larger time frame, the trend is positive now. We've broken out of that sideways movement down here, and we are in a bull market. That's what I strongly believe. You could be of a different opinion, but that's what I believe, and therefore, I wouldn't be too worried. And it's just, I don't want to make a real prediction here. I said in the previous video, yeah, chances are it will go down, and then, however, there will be that support level here anyway, and I don't think we'll go below that. I still think we're going to see new all-time highs this year, and possibly even in the next few weeks. I think we will still see the 100K this year, at least for Bitcoin. I strongly believe that, but bear in mind, this is not financial advice. This is just purely my opinion, but it is striking how we are just really forming that additional, how this pressure is building up here. And it just indicates that the market is a bit uncertain, I think. That you now see more sellers coming into the market as well. You see more red candles. You see this really just sticking within this ascending wedge. So, it will be very, very interesting. It's actually exciting. I can't wait to see what's going to happen. What is actually good is that we can see the MACD on the daily still in the green, which is nice. It's losing, however, steam a little bit as well. And then we can have a look at the daily, at the 4-hour chart for Bitcoin. So let's take a quick look. Also here we are gaining momentum at the moment a little bit. The MACD on the 4-hour chart is going into the green again. The MACD, little bit, yeah, sideways movement as well, but sort of a little bit of a downtrend as well. So yeah, we can see this is basically what the daily already confirmed. Volume is going up on the 4-hour, which is nice to see. And then we are really, as you can clearly see, really very interestingly in that we're trading within that, so you can very well predict where the price is going. However, bear in mind at some point there will be a breakout. But if that's going to continue, we are going to creep our way up to the 50k, at which point I think there will be a decision point. I think the 50k will be a decision point, and the price here, just because it is a psychological level, my view, at this point the price needs to decide what is going to happen. And looking at the price moves here, and if we just trade in that sort of speed, up and down, that could happen, in a couple of days, that decision point. So that will be interesting. But let's take a look, and obviously all of that will have an impact on Cardano as well. Cardano, I just want to show you the 4-hour chart here, because that is still what I said in this morning's video and yesterday's video. We are still trading along within this 20-day moving average and the 225 resistance line. Need to move that down a little bit. So in the next few hours, I believe, or this evening, I suspect at some point there will be an update. I suspect I can give you more updates this evening. Maybe not yet, but what you can see, the 20-day moving average is nicely going up, and we've traded above the 20-day moving average for a very long time now. So this is a strong support level. And then we have this top level here, 225, and this could be a real possibility to either break above it or break below it, or go down. Actually, it is similar to the Bitcoin chart where you have that pressure building up. So at some point there needs to be something, and nobody really knows what's going to happen. Nobody knows, but we are tracking this on this chart here, and we're creeping slowly up to the 225. And if we break through that, that really opens the way to new all-time highs. Honestly, I don't know if that's going to happen yet, but we can clearly see it is a strong support, that 20-day moving average. And I would like it to go up, but actually a sideways movement for a while wouldn't hurt the price. But maybe, again, that is the opportunity now to go to new heights. I don't know. Come to your own conclusions, guys. What do you think? Let me know in the comments. Overall, everything's looking very bullish anyway. On the 4-hour here, the MACD down here, you might not see it, is gaining momentum again. We are about to go into the green again, so there will be another green candle probably. And we are not in overbought territory here on the 4-hour chart, which is nice as well. Let's take a quick look maybe at the daily chart. But yeah, this is actually exciting. If you're following this, if you're tracking these price moves, it actually really makes fun to follow this. And because I'm not a day trader, I'm not too worried anyway. Either way, I'm holding long term. I believe as well in the next few weeks we will see new all-time highs. I believe we will see new all-time highs before the mainnet rollout. And I say that because before the last hard fork, we saw these huge pumps here, and there were areas of retracements. There were times of retracements, but these 3 major pumps here, they took place before the last hard fork. Yeah, so that took place over a period of 2 months. Yeah, pretty much. And then the last pump just before the hard fork, and I suspect something similar is going to happen this time as well. So we are only a few percent away from the all-time high, and really interested in seeing how this is going to turn out today. I think latest tomorrow morning we will know how the price is going to develop going forward, because even though I don't know what's going to happen, but what I suspect is that this will determine for a longer term, for a longer period, how the price will develop, right? So you've got that 225 resistance here and that 20-day moving average going up, where we traded above it for a very long time. So if that's going to continue, probably tomorrow will be above the 225. But does Cardano confirm that? Are the buyers strong enough? I can't predict that. You need to come to your own conclusions, but what I want to communicate is we are really at a tipping point here that will really determine for the next few weeks where we are heading, I think, or at least for the remainder of this week. That's my view, and again, you can come to a different conclusion. I just wanted to give you that update and my view. Hope you liked it. If you did, please smash the like button, comment below, and subscribe if you want to follow me on this crypto journey and Cardano journey. Thanks a lot for watching, and see you in the next video. Bye.